Hi there, good afternoon. Welcome to the beautiful Trinity Alps wilderness area of Northern California. Look at that, these mountains are gorgeous. And so from here, you can see the gap or the saddle or the pass, whatever you want to call it, up there. Not really that much further, but whew, I am definitely beat going so slow. So I might be camping by this creek here tonight because I cannot find the trail. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going off trail, heading in that direction towards that path. However, as you can see, pretty steep stuff there, but here is a very doable looking route, at least that far up there. I'm just gonna put my head down one step at a time, try to make some progress here, and then we'll see what happens. I'm glad I didn't go that way. There's the trail. I guess it was just covered up by the snow there. Oh man, what a relief. So I'm really confused as to why there aren't any footsteps in the snow here. There's the trail again up there. There were like 12 to 15 cars in the parking lot there. They all would have to be walking up this way. Where are the footsteps? And once again, the trail disappears under the snow. Not a footstep. I don't get it. 12 to 15 cars means probably, 30 plus people going up this trail. Oh, okay, there are a couple right there. I guess they mostly just stayed out of the snow. Here are some more footsteps here. Anyway, I shouldn't worry too much about that. I'm sure they didn't disappear. Yeah, we're seeing footsteps now. Whoa, pink snow. So, I think the trail is still going to wrap around and head up there. In which case I'm pretty darn close to the top. That is not that far away, depending on what the trail does and whether it's clear enough. Wow, what a surreal scene. The pink snow, nobody else around, just stunningly beautiful. Mountains in every direction. All right. This is what I'm talking about. Getting way up into the mountains, away from the city, the stoplights, the internet, the cell phone, all that stuff. Noise pollution. So I'm off trail again, but there it is. And yes, it is heading back that way. Looks like straight on up there. Excellent. And despite the fact that the sun is behind the ridge there, I'm still plenty warm. So that's a good sign for it not getting too cold tonight. It will definitely get colder. And I might even use my blanket, but shouldn't be like crazy cold. All right, let's get to the top. Can't wait to see the view. Hopefully looking down at Deer Lake. I might actually make it. I was about to give up there and just camp for the night, figure it out tomorrow, but really glad that I decided to take that chance and persevere. Whew. So I can see the campsite down there. Look at that. Unreal. And boom. Sunlight. Maybe not quite the exact top of the pass, probably around the corner, but definitely getting there. I am gonna make it. I think that I will get to Deer Lake, but I have to say, this has been one of the toughest 3.4 miles of my life. I've lost track of time. I have my phone, which I plan to leave behind. The only reason that I brought it is because the campfire permit is digital. You had to answer these questions online, and then it gives you a PDF document, which, you know, don't need it if I'm not going to make a campfire anyways, but maybe I will at Granite Lake. But anyways, I don't like to know what time it is when backpacking. It's a chance to take a break from time, not be concerned about, oh, it's 6, I should eat dinner. You eat dinner when you're hungry. Oh, it's 9 in the morning, I should get up and not sleep in and be a lazy bum, or whatever. Just to have that break from your mind putting that number on what now is a real nice change. Now I might be tempted to turn on my phone and check the time. Nah, let's not do it. The only reason that I will turn on my phone is if a forest ranger comes along and asks to see my campfire permit. Yeah, doesn't matter. It's taken a while. It doesn't matter if it was 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours. I know what it felt like. And here we go, stepping back into the light. Still fairly high, so I got plenty of light left. And I should be very close to Deer Lake. I don't know, maybe another 1.5 miles or something. It will be really cool if I can see it from the top of the pass here. And stepping back into the shadow here, there you can see the top of the pass, unless it's a false pass. We'll see, but that is probably it. The Bee Tree Gap. So close. Another 15 minutes or something. What a pretty meadow here. Perfect babbling brook. So close, and I'm so curious to see what the view is going to look like from the top there. All right, here we go. The last of the raspberry lemonade. I was going to wait until I got to the top there, but I'm thirsty and it just sounds too good. Oh man, that was heavenly. This honestly feels like a mini miracle that it looks like I've actually made it to the top. Man, I did not expect 3.4 miles would be so freaking hardcore. But yes, this is it. I am so curious to see what is over the ridge here. I have very high expectations of like this just glorious view of endless mountains and lakes looking down into a valley with a nice easy walk down to Deer Lake. And here we go. Sunshine is back, baby. All right. Yes, this is no false pass. This is it. There is another mountain and endless mountains, but can't really see another lake yet. Whew. I forget how much further it is to Deer Lake, but I think just a mile or something. At this point, I pretty much got to do it. I mean, I don't gotta. I have enough water to get through the night if I was just too exhausted to keep on keeping on, but it's downhill from here. Unless it goes up and over another ridge, there might be, like another ridge there. Maybe the lake is on the other side of that, so a little bit of uphill perhaps, but oh man, I'm definitely stopping here and taking another break. Whew. Mission almost accomplished. Mission 1 accomplished. Now, the final mission of the day, Deer Lake. All right, I've decided to keep on hiking, not have my dinner of coldish chili in a can here. Let's make a little more progress, see how long this is going to take while I still have some light, and ideally try to get to Deer Lake, maybe even with a little light left, but either way, with some time to jump in the lake, wash off, and then be able to really relax and enjoy my can of food. Hey, bear! How you going? Coming through? Hey, bear! Coming through! Sun going behind the ridge once again. It is certainly possible that could be the last time I see it today, but we shall see. It is such a relief to be walking flat, a little downhill here. That was just a relentless uphill slog. At least the trail is nice and clear. Going across Deer Lake must be other side of that ridge. And the first sign in a while, in 3-point-something miles, Deer Creek to the right, presumably flowing into Deer Lake. And Long Canyon is where I parked and hiked up the Long Canyon trailhead. So it was 3.4 miles from where I started the video to the top of the pass there. Just hiked another whatever half mile, and then it was 1.5 miles from the trailhead to the creek where I started the video, and so 0.5, 4, 5, so I've gone like 5.5 miles so far, and then that sign says the same thing, and here some more signs. So on the map there was a trail junction, and I will go to the right. So Long Canyon, Bowerman Meadows 4, East Fork County Road 7, Stony Ridge, looks like down that way. So we're going up and over this, and looks like it's going to be another interesting view looking down the other side, hopefully seeing the lake. Based on what I'm seeing so far, It looks like it's going to be spectacular. Oh man. Look at that. Oh, boom. Lake. Finally, I see, I think 2 tents down there, and that is it. Oh, that is a lovely lake. I see what the girl meant about no trees, so I don't know how I'm going to hang my food. Wow, what a dramatic series of ridges and meadow there. Oh man, it is just absolutely mind-bogglingly gorgeous. It ain't called the Alps for no reason. Okay, nice little downhill hike, and then I will hopefully find another site somewhere away from those guys. Maybe there's a campsite somewhere on that side. Deer Creek Pass, elevation 7,500 feet. That is up there. There's the trail down to Deer Lake. Sign there. 4 lakes to the left, so you can see this trail continuing this way. Goes across the snow like that, and then a big long trail going up there, switchbacks, and then I guess up and over that ridge there. So I'm not sure exactly what the 4 lakes are, but maybe Summit Lake is up there. I think that Granite Lake should be around that way. Man, what a just perfect looking pretty lake. I had no idea what to expect. I was afraid it might be like this little sort of shallow, mud pit thing or something. Looks great for swimming. Hopefully I can find a good spot to leap right into. Almost there. So 2 tents and like 3 or 4 people there, and then I think I saw a camping spot at the exact opposite end of the lake. That would be ultimate. So it's getting dark, hard to see, but 2 bags tied in this tree. Must be those guys there. But that is almost a joke of a bear-proof food situation. I mean, can't blame them because not many options, but a bear could just so easily, I mean, it's at a 45-degree angle. Just go up there or just pull in that string or whatever. So there's this big tree up here with some limbs sticking out. Maybe that will be a better option. Also, right over there, so we'll see. I am so stoked about this lake. I mean, this is somewhere you want to just hang out for a whole day and just soak it up. Perfect water, nice and clear, not too steep and not too shallow going in, so that you can easily jump in and then get out. Oh man, the bugs are going crazy. I'm going to set up my tent. I have mosquito repellent, but that is not going to keep these guys at bay. Much better to just get washed off, less smell that way, and of course much more pleasant for going to sleep tonight, and then just get in my tent and eat food there. I know it's not ideal as far as food smell in your tent, but it's just a can of chili, and then I'll wash out the can and put it in the food bag and hopefully find somewhere to tie it up. And moment of truth. Is there a spot here to set up my tent? Not there. Yes, so my other tent that I have is a one-person tent that will fit right there. Ooh, better spot here. Excellent. Yes. Finally, I can say mission accomplished. Whoa. Yeah. Oh man, look at that. Just perfect. Okay. Swim first, and then set up the tent. And it is still nice and warm. Not hot, but just like this perfect, pleasant, warmish breeze. Oh man, it's so cold. Oh my god. Oh man, it is ice cold. Oh, but so refreshing. Oh yeah. I kind of knew that I probably needed to just jump in without testing it, or I might have backed out because snow melt. All right, that is it for today. Happy trails. Hey there, good morning. So, I plan to film another video today. I'm thinking of going up to Summit Lake, which is the trail that maybe you can see. I can see it going straight across that slope there, and then the lake should be up and over that ridge. Unfortunately, the cold makes batteries die very quickly. I brought 3 batteries and I used up 2 yesterday. They weren't fully charged yesterday. This one was fully charged and I thought that I was going to get more life out of it, but checked and it is at 11% right now, which is not going to last very long here. So this will have to be the end of the video. I also have my cell phone, but same situation with the batteries. I haven't turned it on and checked, but very likely it will drain quickly as well. Perhaps there will be enough life in it for me to at least take a couple of clips if I head up to the Summit Lake and show what that lake is like. But so there was a mild disaster last night. So I was lying in my tent, couldn't sleep for a while, just kind of all, sore and kind of wound up from the crazy hike getting up here. I left my shorts and my sarong towel out to dry out here overnight with rocks on them. It was a little windy. Last night I heard steps. I thought perhaps it was a person at first, and then I heard a snort. It wasn't a person, and I thought it might have been a bear. I yelled, it ran off, and then later heard more stepping and snorting and poked my flashlight out, my headlamp, and it was a deer, fortunately. But I left my sarong out, and here's what it looks like now. Look at that. Shredded to pieces. I am kind of mystified at what happened. So these shorts were not touched at all. That was not caused by the wind. Oh man, 1% on the battery here. So that 11% went insanely fast. All right, that is it for the Trinity Alps. See ya. More adventures coming from somewhere. So there is Deer Lake. You can see my little red tent right there. The other campers are staying today, it looks like, down there. So good news. I still have 57% on my cell phone. So I will do my best here to capture a bit of this hike up to Summit Lake. Lots of snow patches. There's the trail winding up and then looks like over the ridge up there. Man, what an absolutely epic day. So it's great how you can see lots of the trails from here. So down there you can see the trail going up and over that little hill. I guess that must be going towards Granite Lake, which I may or may not end up getting to, definitely not today. And then you can see the trails there. That is what I came down yesterday, coming over that ridge. And then the trail that I just took, I had to go halfway up, a little more than halfway up to about there, and then cross like that. And then here's the trail heading up this way, over the ridge. Summit Lake should be on the other side. We'll see if it's visible and how far down it's going to be. So you might be able to see a couple of hikers down there. Right there. They also have a little dog with them. So I asked them how far to Summit Lake, and they said 18 minutes and 36 seconds. I guess they were timing it, but of course they have big backpacks on, so probably just like 15 minutes. They said that I should see it over the ridge right there. And so I mentioned my sarong that got torn to shreds. I can actually see my tent still right down there. Must have been deer chewing on it because of salt from sweat in it, something like that. So that was really quite a tragedy because I really, really liked that sarong. I got it last year somewhere in India. And as I said, that was my towel for this trip. But fortunately, I have another sarong, and I'm especially glad that this one wasn't the one that I left out and got shredded, because this one is much more irreplaceable. I got this on the island of Kauai, Hawaii, way back in 1997 when I hiked out to the Kalalau Valley, spent like 5 weeks camping out in the Kalalau Valley. That was, doing a couple of food runs in the course of that. But this one is perfect for wearing, like the kind there. It's just a big piece of fabric and it's too long. I mean, more for like women if they want like a long sort of a dress. But this is short, and then it has these ties on it that you can tie off instead of just kind of, tucking it under or whatever. And so it really stays on. It's just super comfortable. Might look a little silly, but not too style conscious out here. All right, let's see what we're gonna see over the ridge. Summit Lake. All right, there it is. Oh wow, spectacular. So, goodbye Deer Lake. It's now around the corner over there. And then Summit Lake is a little bit less downhill to get to, so that is good. Less uphill coming back. Oh wow, it looks magnificent. Can't wait to jump in that. I jumped in Deer Lake there this morning like 3 times, I think. Kept cooling off, but it is so flippin' cold, pretty much ice cold. It is snow melt, and so I just can't stay in for very long at all, but it's great for just cooling off, washing off, a real like energizer. I jumped in right before starting this hike up that steep sunny hill. All right, let's get down to the lake. And here's the lake, looking sweet. I can see a tent there, another tent there, another tent right next to it, and then 4th tent there. So reports were correct of lots of people camped up here. Oh man, tons of them. But it is 4th of July weekend, so today is Saturday, July 6th. Another tent there. I betcha tomorrow, Sunday night, will be quite a different story. A lot of people will be leaving tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to do at this point. I will stay tonight back at Deer Lake there, have my other can of chili, canned chili that's all, cooked already. Now I left it out on a rock. Oh, a spare campsite here. I left it out on a rock just before I left on this hike as kind of an experiment to see if it warms it up, maybe kind of cooks it a little bit more so it seems a little more cooked. When I get back and have dinner later tonight, we shall see. And then tomorrow I have various options, including packing up and hiking to Granite Lake, or leaving my tent and then just doing a day hike to Granite Lake, coming back to Deer Lake, and then either staying there again tomorrow night or perhaps just packing up then and hiking back out. Or maybe I just decide to hike out tomorrow. We shall see. All right, I am curious to see if the water temperature here is just the same as Deer Lake or maybe a little bit warmer. Probably not. It's actually a little bit higher up in elevation. Ooh, there's a snake sunning itself on that rock in the lake. Wild. There it goes. Very cool. Lots of butterflies. Oh, wow. I would say it's ever so slightly less freezing cold than Deer Lake, but pretty darn close. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit less freezing. Oh, it's kind of perfect. Amazing. Okay, well, we'll see if there is any more battery life left to film a little bit tomorrow. Hey there, good morning. Another beautiful day in the Trinity Alps wilderness, and we have a little chipmunk investigating my stuff here. As you can see, I'm all packed up, tent inside the backpack, getting ready to have breakfast and then get going. So, looking down there, that is the way to Granite Lake Trail right across there. Down the hill there and then across the meadow. And then I can see the trail up there going up that way. So I think that Granite Lake must be up behind there. But in thinking about it, even though I am very, very curious to see that lake, and it has been absolutely amazing getting deep into the wilderness here and experiencing everything that goes along with it, the silence, listening to the creek. There was a deer poking around in my camp last night, probably the same deer that ate my sarong, and so it was still lying over there, and I was planning to put it in my backpack and take it back with me. And I got up this morning and it's completely gone. Not a tiny little shred of that purple sarong. So I think that the deer was poking around again last night and I guess just devoured it or hauled it off somewhere, I don't know. But anyways, the swims and the lakes, I just took another one just now. And the absolutely magnificent views. The whole experience has been phenomenal, but I think that I am just not really in the mood or really in the shape for doing that intense hike up that hill there, and then, of course, doing it again going back. So, planning to get going here in just a few minutes. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning, so I have all day. And it is going to be a whole lot easier going back. You have this bit of a uphill here, and then that is basically it as far as intense uphill. And then going down, it wasn't, super insanely steep. When it's super, super steep going up, it is tough. And then going back down, it is tough as well, having to stop yourself with every step. But it wasn't really that kind of steepness, and so then you can really just kind of fly if it's like medium incline going back. So 6 miles going that way should only take, I don't know, maybe 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. And then I'll get back to my car and drive into Weaverville, fill up the gas tank, and I have a fly on the back of my hand there. Fill up the gas tank and then drive west to Arcata. So I have 4 videos now to edit. By the time you see this, they will all have been posted, but I haven't edited the first one that I filmed, that day hike a few days ago, and all of that stuff that I shot there. So I have lots of work to do, and so I'm going to, there it goes again. And there's another one. I guess they're horseflies. They like to bite. Anyways, get to Arcata, the little town over on the coast where I went to Humboldt State University and graduated back in 2002 with a BA in World Religions. Cute little hippie university town there, and maybe get a room there for a night or two, get some work done, and figure out what I'm doing next. I really have no idea. Just about anything could happen. So that is all from the amazing Trinity Alps wilderness in Northern California. Very likely more nature adventures of some sort coming. Have a good one. Happy trails. So there's Deer Lake. I camped right down there, and I made it up the intense uphill climb there. Now heading this way to that other pass right there, and then down from there. So just one last thing that I wanted to mention here is heat stroke. Many of you have seen the news of tourists sadly dying on the Greek islands of heat stroke and perhaps other reasons. I think that one of them had drowned, but heat stroke is serious and also very avoidable if you take the necessary precautions. So the example of what I mean is what I'm wearing right now. So you want to actually cover up, most likely, if it is just full-on heat like this. I mean, not a cloud in the sky. And if you start to feel like you're, just getting too much sun. And so I was feeling too much sun on my arms. I was wearing a t-shirt there, but my arms were still exposed. And so normally I would have used the sarong that the deer ate, but that was no longer alive. So I had to come up with another plan, and the only long-sleeved shirt that I have, other than my jacket, didn't want to wear that, was this thermal, quite a warm, thick thermal shirt. At first I thought, well, that's probably just going to kind of warm me up, but of course what you do is you get it wet, and so I figured let's give this a try. And so I drenched this in the lake, put it on, and then wet hat, of course, and then put my backpack on. And as I was leaving, walking along the lake, I stepped into the lake fully in with my backpack on and went in up to my waist to get my shoes and socks and legs wet, and also to soak this sarong. Now, this sarong is completely dry now because it is so thin. The socks are still a little wet, but this is still kind of moist and keeping me quite cool. So that is really an important key, is get stuff wet and then put it on to cover you up if possible. Of course, some of these guys who got lost on Greek islands were out, away from the sea and probably couldn't do that. But you need to be prepared. They were much hotter temperatures that they were dealing with there. We're up in elevation, 7,500 feet right here. And so it is a lot cooler here than, further down. But it was still super hot when I was down at my camp. I was just feeling really blasted by the sun and knew that it would be best to take some extra precautions. So, of course, having lots of water is super important. And then get your stuff wet and, don't go hiking over a Greek island in blazing, you know, maybe 40 degrees Celsius, 104 Fahrenheit temperatures, whatever, with not enough water, with not the right gear, with no hat, whatever. I'm sure that some of these people that died, that could have been avoided if they were more prepared. So be prepared for whatever you can be prepared for. All right, time for me to keep on cruising that way. Got a long hike to go, but it won't be as long as it was coming up. See ya. Safe travels.